All right. Good morning, everyone. Today is April 22nd, Tuesday, 2025. Welcome to McBoss Capital live stream. My name is Michael Chu. We're gonna go over the general market right now. Nasdaq is up 1.9%, Dow is up 1.6%, and S&P is up 1.5%. So we're having a really good start to the day. The volume was higher earlier, but it has come down. So but NYSE volume is still really high. So you can see S&P, like I said, 1.5%. Um, if we close right now, um, we will have a fall through day, I think, on S&P. It would be better if Nasdaq volume also came up, but it hasn't. So that's the only problem here. But again, we gotta be cautious. We still in a market that's very turbulent. So looking at the daily chart on Nasdaq, we have this super low here. So yesterday was a pretty bad day, down day, gap down, but it closed in the almost near the middle range. So that was good. And then we have a bounce, technical bounce today, and we are getting back closer to the 10-day. So again, we'll see how it behave near the 10-day. If it does well, it probably will come back up 21-day once more. But we have seen many rejection there. So that is the short-term ceiling. Um, but again, we are very early in this bounce, so anything could happen. It could close weak and then start to come back down. That's another possibility. Um, Yeah, so I think it depends. Earnings season starting. We have this, like I said, this really downtrend right here. Um, so so this level looks like the possible next resistance level right there, which is near the 10-day. So that's the another problem right there. Is the downtrend line is also coming down pretty steep here. Okay, so let's look at stock on the move. Let me make sure my stream is working. Okay. So looking at stocks in the move here, it's over an hour into the market right now. So 8:37 Mountain Time, 10:37 Eastern Time. Generally within 1 hour or so, like I still like to see 20 stocks, but we're not seeing that right now. Well, it just updated, so it may have pop up to 20 stocks again on this screen. Actually, no, 246. It's 18 stocks right now. So you can see the volume at the bottom is very low. So which is not really a good thing. Um, on a powerful day like today, market up 2% almost, and we're not even seeing 20 growth stocks. That is a little bit suspicious, right? So that's the one problem right now I'm seeing this morning is despite the market up quite a bit, like Nasdaq almost 2%, S&P like let's say one and a, more than 1.5, 1.8% now, 1.65. This might be a little bit lag, I think, but that's okay. Like yeah, it's almost 1.8. So it's weird that we're not seeing the growth stocks really moving, at least not on higher volume, right? Because that's what this screen is about. Like they might be up, but the volume is not showing up, which is kind of odd. It's really slow loading. Why is that? So yeah, so you can see the Nasdaq volume actually keep decreasing. Like I said, it was green earlier, and now it's like it's starting to become more and more negative now. But we still, like I said, have a New York Stock Exchange volume. So S&P 500 could still fall through today. So that's the good news. But like I said, it's if we have a fall through day, generally anything under the 10-day moving average, I don't really trust it, right? Um, just because, yeah, it's under the short-term moving average. And even sometimes when it goes to 21 day, it could still fail. The fall through day could still fail. Like we could come back down, undercut this low, and then that rally will be confirmed like that basically. So anyhow, um, but yeah, in general they say, hey, if there's a fall through day, you gotta buy something just to test the market, right? So you might want to have a very tiny position just to see if any of the growth stocks that maybe one like, right? So yeah, so that's that. So let's look at some stocks on the move today. Starting from the top, we have, oh, look at this list. It keeps changing. Wow. So the volume has really come down, and then a lot of stocks disappear. um, so we have Newmont Mining at the top, gold stock. Um, I'm just trying to see if there's any. That's it. There's no other gold stock right now. Um, but we can. I've started tracking it since this morning. So we'll see here. We have AEM and NEM. So we can take a quick look at that. So it is still trying to hold and move up slightly. As yesterday gold make new high. Same thing here, both of them. So you look at gold stocks, gold price here. It is making new high. So, but the stock's not making new high. So there's some stalling action happening in the gold area, I think, which is not a good thing because it's no longer making new highs as the gold price is making new high. And there's many other stocks. AU, let me see. So this one's actually down today. You can see it's losing steam now, the gold stocks, even though gold prices are making new high. The same thing here. So I mean it's still up. It's just not very strong, right? AEM and EM, and then some of the other ones are actually negative. So that's not a good sign. So next one we have Spotify. Let me see what else. We have Palantir here. Looking at all the tech stocks right now. Those are the two that shows up. You go to my list here. There's a few other ones. There's Credo, TYL. Okay, let's look at Palantir first. So yesterday, Palantir kind of make a slight low, recent low here. Um, but it's still sitting at the 10-day right there. The 10-day is right there. And today we bounced back 4%. It's good, looking good. And I have a trend line drawn right here, right there. Yeah. So I think if it can pass that today, that'll be good. Um, current volume versus average is a little bit lower, 29% lower. But in terms of comparing to yesterday, it is up because it's on the stock in the move screen. So it's right now it says up 60%. I don't know if that's gonna hold up, right? The 60%. Um, so anyhow, yeah. But like I said, I think yeah, I think there's no, especially with this week Nasdaq volume. I would just personally, I would just hold off for now. But yeah, but obviously tomorrow you can have a if the market fall through tomorrow, let's just say today we have a fall today, and then if and then the market like let's say Nasdaq, right? And because Nasdaq won't have a fall today unless the volume comes back up. But who knows? You never know. Like by the end of the day, maybe volume will come in, but because it's so close to 0% that it could volume could come back in the later day. But that's unusual. Let's put it that way. That's very unusual. Very rare. Um, but it can happen, like especially if there's some news that come out. So so volume could come in. But but yeah, let's say this thing like holds at this value here, which most likely it will. Then tomorrow it could easily break out if we have a follow through day tomorrow. So yeah, I would just personally I would just hold until then, wait until then. But it's looking good though. It's looking good. Palantir, Spotify. Well, this one is moving higher this morning. So that's a really nice move. It's you know, it's a downtrend line I draw right here. Just crossed the 50-day and it's making intraday high. So this looks pretty good. Um, just checking. So I have a small position right now, but I think I might add to this one. This yeah, it's like it's looking pretty good this one. So like you look at intraday chart here. Let's just see where the so there's this morning. This is the low right here. So you could easily like set your stop right there. For a really tight stop. 572.25. Um, so yeah. Going back to this. So I have a small position from here, and this is like I said. This is much higher now, and it's above 50-day. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So I just added a position there. And if we go to it's not on the move. I don't know why. Netflix. The volume is really high though. I don't know why it doesn't show on the screen. But yeah, so it has good earnings going forward. So it just reported, right? So that one I added this morning. Um, again, so a nice breakout. This one's it already broke out last week, but it's just following through right now. So that is and this is getting close to the traditional buy point 1064 because that's the previous high. So so Netflix, Spotify is kind of like not tariff affected. That's why they're kind of like on everyone's list. Like I hear a lot of analysts talking about these two stocks because of that reason. So it's good to play even with all this tariff stuff going forward. So it's looking very nice. Netflix and Spotify, pretty much getting out of the W-shaped base pattern. Both of them very similar. So yeah, so that's that. And then we have Cradle. Earnings still okay. It's very strong the next 3 quarters, but it's a little bit slowed down in the last quarter, but still above my 10% threshold. This one has corrected a lot. You can see this huge downtrend line. It's still trying to come back up. It's still below 10-day. So But personally, I would wait for this. But it does look like this low is pretty significant. But and then we come back down here. Again, this one's following the market index kind of closely, but not. But it has more downside risk, as you can see how steep the drop is compared to the index. But right now it's following the market, and we're coming back to the 10-day. So yeah, again, we're similar to Palantir on the downtrend line. Let's see. Although Palantir is already um, like much longer period, right? So um, this one, yeah, I would wait for this near-term trend line broken here. Go back to Palantir. The difference with Palantir is like it looked more like a double bottom, right? That's the difference between. Whereas Credo is more like it's less of a double bottom. So like this is the original trend line that was broken right here, and then this is more above the moving average trend line, right? So yeah, it's it looks like it's stuck at this range right now, and still around 4%. Um, so then we have, yeah, let's put this in normal because it hasn't really break out from yesterday's high. And then Credo, it's still under the normal trend line. Tyler, let's take a quick look at Tyler. It's good earnings, sales is okay. The chart pattern is more like Credo, straight down. Um, so we're seeing this trend line here forming, and this is due in 1 day, so that will probably be very significant tomorrow. So we'll just wait for that reporting. Again, I have no problem buying it higher. I'd rather see it report first. Okay, so that's for the technology group here on stocks on the move. Let's go back to stocks on the move here. So we're seeing more stocks popping up. It's kind of on and off. I'm not sure why, but it's still less than 20 stocks. The QQQ is still at 2.1%, and volume again you can see it's starting to dwindle down a little bit more and more, 1.69%. But again, things could change easily if there's some news come out. Oh yeah, GE. Yeah, we need to look at GE. We have pen here. Let me just write down. Let's get GE. So here we have GE. Let's look at GE first. And we have CLS. The GE reported this morning, and it's up 4.2%. So just one. Let me see these numbers here. March 94, 130, 120, 132. 115, 140, and 132, 142. So the last quarter is, this number is probably not updated properly yet. But the based on the price, it's slightly lower on the last quarter, right? Only 10 cents, which is less than 10%. So if we do 12 cents divided by 132, well, that'll give you 9%. So 9%. So it is almost 10%. Anyhow, um, so here is the chart, daily chart pattern. It pulled back recently, right? So that's more of a 45-degree angle, and then today it break above that. So I would say, yeah, this is potential buy, especially if it has volume today. It's gonna break out. It's kind of breaking out from this trend line. It is coming back to the 21 day, so it could find resistance at the 21 day, or it might not. It could just blow through it and go all the way up to the 50-day line here. So yeah, but because of the volume, I really like it when there's humongous volume, and then today is a you know earnings report day. I think it's worthwhile to get into the action here. So this is GE, and let me see here. This is 185.65. In terms of where the stop is, let me see here. Go to intraday chart. So here we test the low this morning, right here. That's a really good. I think that's a good stop level here. Pretty tight though. So if tomorrow we have a down day, this is gonna it's gonna trip this, right? But I think in this kind of market, you have to have really tight stop because you just don't want to get caught in a big down day. 182.10. Again, everything I do is just for information only. Please do your own due diligence. Um, so it is one. Let me look at the price again. 158.60. Let me put my marker here. Yeah, it might be a little bit early, I think, but I think because of the volume, I'm willing to look past that. But again, we'll see. We'll see if it works. That's part of the thing. When you put in a trade, you don't know if it's gonna work. You have to assume it's gonna fail. But then it gives you feedback, right? That the market's just not ready yet. Um, so let's look at CLS now. This is Celestica. So it's coming back a lot, but it has come down a lot, right? So um, the trend line is like this. So it kind of came above that middle ground trend line, and then now we have a slightly higher trend line, and it's kind of near all the moving averages here. The risk is this 50 days coming down pretty strong. So I think I would just wait for this. Yeah, I'll just wait for this because the volume's kind of dying off right now. Um, yeah, it's not on this list. It was on earlier, but it's not longer on this. And you can see the volume against 50 day, it's 50% lower right now. So that's not much high. So it has come off quite a bit. So this is holding up, but not quite breaking out from the current trend line. So watch for that. Um, So that's for the industrial area. Let's move on. Uh, the banks, BSAC here. That one doesn't have the strongest earnings. We have QFIN, Futu. Some of the Chinese stocks are bouncing back. Let's take a quick look. BSAC here. This is Chilean financial bank, but like I said, the earnings not the strongest. It is moving really strong though. It's going up like pretty fast right now. So some of the foreign banks are doing that right now, and this is one of them. But again, it just doesn't satisfy my criteria. So Futu and QFIN. This is Chinese. This one has slightly lower earnings on the fourth quarter. It's kind of low in the base here. Still trying to come up. So for now, I'm just going to pass on that because it doesn't have strong earnings anymore. Used to have strong earnings, but it has starting to have lower forecasts going into future. And QFIN, again, Chinese stocks are risky right now, but they are bouncing back. So this one do have good earnings, QFIN, still. And again, seeing this coming back to 10-day, just trying to pass it, but it hasn't yet. Watch this. This one still hasn't broken out yet. And then we have Palomar and Ryan that was on earlier. It's not on the list no more though. So here's the earnings sales, look good. So today is still pulling back. So I got knockout yesterday from this one. Yeah, don't have the stock no more. But it's still like reversed this morning. It didn't make a new high and now testing the lows again. So it doesn't look as good. So this, like I said, this morning was up, but then it has given back. So it doesn't look very good right now. Ryan, okay, so Ryan also got hit pretty hard yesterday. Right now he's trying to bounce back. It's still below this trend line. Yeah, it's not quite ready. Okay, so that's the financials. Let's keep going here. So the other area that's showing some strength is Penn in the health related stock. Okay, that's pretty much it on this list. But earlier, let me just write down some stuff that pop up here. CGME and CVGW. But let's go to health first. So we have Penn, ADMA, and Lilly earlier. So let's look at those ones. Okay, Penumbra, earning sales really good. It's holding tight for the 50-day. RS rating is at new high. Yeah, this is just ready to break out. You can see it just looks very tight action right here. Despite all the volatility recently. Yesterday it did fall back below the 10-day. Today it came back up. It's getting very close to breaking out. Let's just wait for it. This is reporting 1 day, so that's something to watch out for. So then we have ADMA and Lilly here. Earnings okay, sales okay. This pattern looks really good. Up with handle, right? Up, handle, and then it breaks out right here, but then it pulls back, and I got shaken out yesterday, fortunately, and this happens quite often than you think. Today is bouncing back 6%. Um, yeah, right now we have a mini trend line right here. Uh, yeah, I'll just wait for that. You know, it hasn't made a newer high than yesterday yet, so yeah, just wait for that. It's but it's probably, but the overall pattern is really good, right? That's why I was in it. The whole cup with handle pattern thing. So once the volatility dies down, I think this will take off. Unfortunately, it wasn't yet. Now we have Lily here. Very powerful move here on the obesity drug news that is performing better, and then it pulls back slightly so far. The 10 day is coming up really strong, so we'll see how it reacts. So far, it's holding tight, but today is not so good because it's not like it's not performing compared as the market did. So that's not a good thing. The RS rating is going down. Um, yeah. So we'll have to kind of redraw this trend line here. Just wait for it to come back. But I think, yeah, I think right now it's okay. Even though it's not following the market, sometimes it's okay. Because this one has a huge bounce. Um, so we'll just hold on this right now and just wait. But it's looking really good with that news. So okay, so that's it for the stock for the health area. Again, we're getting very lean on the stocks here. We're 1.5 hours into it now. Um, Let me see what's left here. I think just the retails. So there's few consumer related stuff. Let's look at from the top, I guess. Yeah, CVGW is food related thing. Food preparation. So earnings not the strongest, but it is bouncing pretty hard right now. So yeah. So for me, I will pass because that's not my criteria type of stock. Okay, so let's start from the top here. ATGE. So this is consumer education services. Today it's down, or at least that the week. Yesterday has a huge drop here. Another stock I got shaken out. So yesterday I got shaken out a lot of stock because it was such a brutal day, and now they're bouncing back. But again, it's too early to tell if this bounce gonna work. It's not even halfway yet. You can see it's not even halfway. So we'll see. Just hold tight right now. Um, but I don't like how a lot of stocks got shaken out yesterday. So today's rally could be um, like who knows? Sometimes when you feel like you're giving up, that's when it happens, right? That's when the rally start to work. And so yesterday it shake out a lot of people. So sometimes shake out, it can after the shake out it could work because you're like, oh, I'm not gonna buy back in, right? Because you're like, oh, I'm gonna get shaken out again. And so there's a little bit of that feeling right now. But at the same time, I'm not, it's not that I won't buy back. I just need to see more proof that it's gonna work. I don't, again, I don't, my goal is not to, take risks, where it's necessary. It's more about taking reward versus risk that's much higher. So until this starts to come back, maybe tomorrow, it bounce more, then yeah, I will get in there. Um, BR, see here. And this one, it's okay. Um, Not high single digit earnings they're missing. It's bouncing back to this one. It's also in the upper half of the base. So relative strength is at new high. So it looks pretty good. Yeah, fundamentals looks good. Technical is okay. So this trend line here is probably the better. For me, I'm gonna pass on this. Then we have Chef. So Chef here, looking at the earnings first, looks good. It's lower sales number, but still positive, consistent. So this is kind of like the middle trend line here, 45-degree angle. It came above that, but it kind of fell back. So it's almost like, I don't want to call it a handle, but it kind of looks like a handle here. And so after yesterday's drop, even this morning, it make a new low, which is interesting. So that's shaken out a lot of people, but it quickly bounced back. So again, more shakeouts. Yeah, I would draw my new trend line kind of like this. What was it? It's getting pretty close though. Yeah, I would say right now it's pretty close to breaking out. Okay, we have GME here. GME lower on the fourth quarter. It is above the 50 days, so it's looking pretty good technically. It's bouncing here. So yeah, but it's not satisfying my criteria here. Then we have LTH looking really good on the earnings side. On the daily chart, yesterday it has a pretty bad break again, another shakeout right here, double bottom base. It did close not too low, and then today it kind of bounced back a little bit. So again, we'll see if this bounce is for real or not. I'm just gonna draw a trend line right there. A better trend, a more safer trend lines from the top right, and that's much higher. So that's probably a safer breakout. Then we have RCL. So a lot of this is a cruise line. They have been beaten up pretty bad. This one is coming back to 21-day line, so it got rejected twice there. So again, that would be probably like safer is the 21-day line because it got rejected there. So right, you can see now it's all aligned right now. So there's a high chance this could work this time, but we'll see again. I'd rather buy later when it's proven itself than not. But it's looking pretty good. SE, last one here. Earnings sales pretty good. It's still below the 50-day line right there. And it's trading tighter. So that's a good thing. But the bounce kind of weak today. So that's one thing that we just saw, right? Many of these stocks that are bouncing today, I'm not saying they're not good bounce. I'm just saying compared to yesterday's job, it's much weaker. So despite Nasdaq up almost 2.5%, a lot of these stocks are not bouncing as well. So again, it's just proving the point again. Stocks on the move today, growth stocks are just not really have the power that you think it should have. So thank you for watching this stream. Have a very good day and safe trading. Bye now.